Hello world, welcome to Books and Jams and Vlogmas Day 13. For those of you paying attention, you may have realized that I missed a day or two. I think I only missed one actual day of Vlogmas, but for the last 2 days I haven't really been talking in my videos. And that's because I was a little bit sick over the weekend. Not majorly sick, I think it was mainly due to stress and lack of sleep because of the children's play at my church, which was fantastic. That was on Sunday night and the kids really did a spectacular job. So Sunday I did not film at all, and then yesterday I posted a video that I had filmed a few days earlier. So although I was talking in the video, it was actually filmed on the 8th, which was a few days before that. And you'll notice that I'm still wearing my glasses today and I don't really have any makeup on. And that's because I'm still recovering from whatever kind of lack of sleep induced illness that I had over the couple days. But I'm here today and I'm ready to do a Tag Tuesday. And today that's going to be the Ruler of Books tag. I was tagged by Allie at Allie Sugar a few weeks ago, almost a month ago maybe. And I will link her video down below. I will also link Ariel Bassett's video because she's the originator of this tag. It's a lot of fun, sort of a short tag, and so let's just jump right into it. The first question is, as the ruler of books, which book would you make everyone read? And for that, I'm going to choose A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. This is a nice short book, and it has illustrations. So for those who are not huge readers, of course I'm not flipping to any illustrations. It has full page illustrations even inside of it. So for those who are not huge readers, it's not going to take them very long. But the content of this book is about a little boy who is dealing with grief. So he's trying to deal with his grief over his mother who is very sick. And it's written from the little boy's perspective, and he imagines this monster who comes and tells him 3 stories of other people and their grieving, and it kind of helps this little boy come to terms with his own deep feelings that he's trying to avoid. It is incredibly moving. It's going to be a movie very soon and I cannot wait to go see it. I know I'm going to need to bring a box of tissues because I'm just going to sob my eyes out. Grief is something that everybody experiences in some form or another. And so I think this book is really meaningful in a lot of ways, and I would recommend that everybody read it. The second question is, what would you abolish in book construction if you were the ruler of books? And this is not going to be maybe a popular opinion, but I am not a fan of deckled edges. I just don't like them. And partly that's because as I read, I play with the pages. And when they're deckled, it makes that a little bit harder. So it's just a simple thing, but I could have probably come up with other things. I know people are saying stickers on covers for sure, or edges that, paperback edges that covers that don't completely come to the end. Those are ridiculous things as well. But for me, I would completely abolish deckled edges. Just leave it nice and simple. I know for some it's aesthetically pleasing to add this look to it, but I don't like it. So do away with that. The third question is, what author would you commission to write you any book? And I wasn't sure if this is a book about my life or just a book in general. So I have 2 answers for this. Both of them are 2 of my favorite Christian fiction authors. And so if it was just any book in general, Ted Dekker for sure. Keep writing books, Ted Dekker, because I will read them all. And if it is a book about my life, I think that would be Francine Rivers. I would love for her to write. I think she writes beautifully moving and important works of contemporary or realistic fiction. So I would commission both of them. Why don't they both just write books? Not necessarily about my life, because that's not all that interesting, but I will read anything that those 2 authors write. The fourth question is, what book would you demote to the library basement to make room for more books? And I can't really think of any books that I currently own that I would demote to the basement. I guess textbooks. For a long time, I saved my textbooks from college, and then I realized, why am I saving these? I never once have looked at them. So I would demote textbooks to the library basement. I guess I would say books along the veins of 50 Shades of Grey. Nobody needs to be reading that kind of stuff either, although it does bring some people enjoyment, so who am I to say? But for me, it would be in the basement. Actually, it wouldn't be in my house at all, but for textbooks, they can go to the basement. Number 5 is, what cover artist would you commission to make a mural? And I went through my shelves looking at some of the books, and I really love this cover of The Night Circus. And I know there are other covers of this as well to some of the different editions, and I love them all. I love the simplicity of the black, white, red. It's not exactly the color scheme in my house, but I think it's beautiful. This is my doodle. When I doodle, I do this as well. It's totally my aesthetic, that little doodle down there. And I love the shimmery and the simplicity, but the little bits of whimsy that are in there. I just think this is really beautiful. So I had to look on the back here, and this is done by Helen Musselwhite. So Helen Musselwhite, you can make me a mural anytime. Thanks. All right, number 6. What characters would you put on a coin? If you were the ruler of books, what characters would you put on a coin? And for sure, I thought right away of Aslan from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, or The Chronicles of Narnia. Aslan is the lion in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and he's kind of the ruler of Narnia, but the unseen ruler. He's not always there. He has a lot of power. He's very good, but he's not safe. But he is perfect for a coin. So yay, put Aslan on a coin in my kingdom. Number 7 is, what book would you award the Ruler of Books 2016 prize to? And although this book came out in 2015, I read it this year, and it is by far one of the most moving books that I read, and I absolutely love it. And that, I don't have a cover for it, but it is The Nightingale by Krista Hanna. You guys know that I love me some World War II historical fiction, and this is one of the best that I've ever read. It's about 2 sisters in France, so it's sort of the women's side of the war. One of them has a daughter and stays home, and her home gets billeted, which means German soldiers have to live in her home, and the other sister joins the resistance and fights against the war in her own way. But it's about their relationship with each other and the ways that they come to grips with the war, and it's very moving, and I cry buckets, and I really, really, really love this book. I fell in love with Krista Hanna's writing, and I started buying more of her books, even though I haven't read them yet. I will soon. But I started just picking up Krista Hanna books whenever I see them, because the writing in this was really moving for me, and I loved the way that she told a story. So Krista Hanna's The Nightingale wins the Ruler of Books 2016 prize for me. That is it for this tag. Most people that I know have already done this tag, so I don't think I'm going to tag anybody. But if you haven't done this, I tag you. If you were the ruler of books, what would you do? And how would you answer these questions? Comment down below if you agree or disagree with any of my answers, and I would love to chat with you in the comments. I'll talk to you soon. Bye!